What is good, you of the tube? OG Sneakers back with you one more again. And today, yes, it's almost going into 2017 and I couldn't let it pass without giving you my top 10 pickups of 2016. Now, everybody does this differently. Sometimes I believe people kind of like go on what was the heat, but for me it's very personal. So everything that's in my top 10 may not necessarily be in your top 10. I think it'll be some of the same, but they may not be in the same order. So it's like what this kind of meant to me, how excited I was about it, maybe in some cases if it was limited or not, and I was just glad to get it. But all of those things kind of go into me determining what my top 10 is. So I hope that you'll enjoy this. And you know, first of all, please hit that subscribe button if you like what we're doing so we can stay in contact. And I also understand that YouTube is doing something different with their notifications, so make sure you hit that notification bell so when we have new content coming on, you'll be able to keep up with it. And mentioning new content rather, this past Wednesday, Dabs and I, Dabs from the Sneaker Family, did our first episode of Soul Food. If you didn't check it out, the first episode is still on Dabs's YouTube page, so just find the Sneaker Family and look for Soul Food episode 1. We only planned to go maybe about 45 minutes to an hour, but we actually ended up doing 90 minutes, and that was because of each and every one of you. Respect and shout out to all the people who came into this chat and chopped it up with us, and it just made it a really enjoyable experience. It's going to be every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or is it daylight saving? Whatever. Google 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Whatever that time is in your area, that's where we're going to be. And if you didn't get a chance to check it out, I got a few clips for you. So, yeah, check this out.
Nike SB box. And this is a pickup that Shoe Mama, she called me out on. She was like, you just picking those up because they cheap. That's what she told me. And then you know what, when I put them on feet, and I was like, you know what, honey? You might be right, man.
Cross-eyed family, I just apologize right now. Just bear with your boy OG Sneakers. I try and do 3 things at one time.
They didn't put enough sugar in this release, and that was the mystery drop. Now, OG, I gotta admit something. I am mad at you because you told me, you was like, well, you didn't tell me, but you said that you had told me what the rumor was for the release, and you were stating that it was going to be. And the rumor was that it was going to be an Eggnog 11 that was going to be coming out. And so I was thinking in my head, okay, it's got to be 11. It's got to be the Eggnog 11. It's got to be the All Red 11. It's going to be a super dope mystery release. So
respect to all the family that came out to check out the first episode of the Soul. Man, I just had like a complete brain freeze. Soul Food, Lord. We gotta stop talking now, brother, because I can't give you nothing else.
Shoe Mama, come hit him with that piece real quick.
Oh yes, I need that in my life for sure.
Hit him with that piece real quick. We ready? Peace.
So just a little taste of you know what you'll find on Soul Food. Again, it's 8 p.m. every Wednesday. You need to subscribe to both the Sneaker Family and my YouTube page, OG Sneakers, so that you can keep up with Soul Food, because for the month of January, we'll be hosting Soul Food on the Sneaker Family YouTube page. Then in the month of February, we'll move over to my page, OG Sneakers. So subscribe both places so that you can always keep up with what's going on with the Soul Food show, but also to check out the content from both the Sneaker Family and, of course, your boy OG Sneakers. So let's get right into why we're here. The top 10, my top 10 OG Sneakers top 10 pickups from 2016. And coming in at number 10 is the Air Jordan Quai 2. Was the shoe that was released in support of the Quai basketball tournament that's held in Paris annually, and some people call it the poor man's Don C's. I'll take that one. I couldn't quite afford to get the Don C's into my collection right now, so this will do. Just a dope shoe. decent leather, you know, not the shattered backboard leather, but decent leather. A nice kind of nubuck or suede kind of going around this part of the shoe, and the gold hits just really set that off, and you know, just all around what I really consider to be a dope shoe. So coming in at number 10, it is the Air Jordan Quai 2. And at number 9, it was another shoe that I was really happy to get into my collection. It's a shoe that I've never had before, and I was excited about it. And it also is somewhat of an exclusive. It is the Trophy Room Air Jordan 16 French Blue. So I was able to get my DJ Khaled on. They don't want you to have these shoes. They don't want you to be fly. They don't want you to be French Blue. But OG Sneakers is French Blue. Just a really dope shoe. I always kind of liked it. You know, some people love the Shroud, some people hate the Shroud. I just thought it was a really well put together shoe, and it was only 5,000 pairs. This one is number 1,773 of 5,000, and I was just really happy to get these into my collection and look forward to rocking them for sure. And moving on to number 8. This shoe, people were really waiting for this release, and I think were surprised by the way that the release went. And by saying that, you probably know what I'm talking about. My number 7 shoe in my top 10 countdown is the True Blue 3s, complete with that retro Nike Air on the bootay. 3s are my number 1 favorite silhouette in Jordan, and I couldn't do a top 10 without having a 3 in the top 10. This obviously wasn't high up on my list of favorites, but it definitely has a special place in my collection. This was a colorway for when Jordan came to the DMV and became part of the Washington Bullets, which went on to become, of course, now the Washington Wizards. And this is, of course, that Bullets red, white, and blue. Just really happy to have this in my collection. This again is number 7 in my top 10 from 2016. It is the True Blue Air Jordan 3. And we'll slide on number 2, 10, 9, 8. I'm sorry, that was number 8. I'm just trying to get all ahead of myself. So this would be number 7. It is the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe. There were a lot of black toes, or not a lot of black toes, a lot of ones that dropped in 2016. Of course, maybe the most hype was the bread or band one, whatever you want to call it, black and red. Shout out to Jumpman Bostic. Air Jordan 1. And that did not make it into my top 10, and the reason being was it was going to be in the top 10, but when I got these black toes, I just really love how they look on foot. I'm not a little guy, I'm not the biggest guy, so I'm somewhere in between big and little. Call me Bliggle or Blittle. Anyway, did I just make up that word? But I just really love how they look on foot. Of course, I changed out the black laces for white leather laces. Shout out to my folks at Sneakerhead Clothing Line, where I picked up these laces. But this for me was just, I really was drawn to this colorway a little bit more than the black and red ones. No shade on those, dope shoe. Excited about having those in the collection, but they did not make it into the top 10. So again, number 7 in the top 10, the Air Jordan Retro 1 Black Toe. Moving on to number 6, no introduction. It is the flu game, y'all. The Air Jordan 12 Black and Red, bread, Flu Games, better known, most known. Of course, Jordan dropped, what was it, 38 points, something like that, in a game that he got sick and had bad pizza or something. But just a dope shoe. Definitely had to make sure that I had it in my collection. Was glad to see that it was coming out in 2016. Was glad to be able to get it in hand. So number 6 in my top 10 is the Flu Game 12s. Number 5, we go international again. It was a really dope shoe. It's a color that I love, and I had to have them. I'm going to borrow again from my man Jumpman Bostic and let you know, ooh, almost dropped it, that my number 5 shoe in the top 10 releases of 2016, can you guess? All hail. It is the Air Jordan 10 Paris, or I'll borrow this from Jumpman, he calls them the Purple Rain. And these did come out right around the time that Prince passed away, and that name kind of stuck with me. I love the color purple, and it's for royalty and a lot of other things, and just really love this color. The execution of the shoe was just on point, with that kind of shimmery, kind of like alligatory skin, I don't know what you call it, texture in the shoe there. Just, man, incredibly dope shoe, and was really glad to get it into my collection. Shout out to the overseas plug, my man Pablo the Plug. Muchas gracias, mi amigo, for hooking me up with these and helping me not only get these, but also the number 10 shoe, which was the Kawhi 54. So let's move on. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. It is the top 4. Again, this was shoe number 5. It's the Air Jordan 10 Paris from the City Pack. Number 4 in my top 10. I am really in love with this silhouette, and was so happy that they re-released these in 2016 because they originally came out in 2015. So technically this is a 2016 release, but it is, bam, the Air Jordan 23 Chicago. Love the 23 silhouette, and as I was saying on Soul Food this week, I am a sucker for a gum bottom. I don't know if there are very many other 23s that have this gum bottom, but man, really love this pickup, and glad I was able to get it. So number 4 in my top 10 pickups of 2016 is the Chicago 23. Number 3 is a shoe that, again, a lot of people were waiting on and excited about when it was announced that it was going to come out for 2016, and it was a remastered version of it. Hadn't been out for a while, and remastered complete with the Nike Air on the back, and it is, of course, the white cement 4s. Just a classic silhouette. Black cement 3s are my favorite, so I'm very fond of the white cement 3s, both in the 3s obviously, and the 4s. This is not a whole lot that you could say about it. It is a classic, of course. Got sweet Nike Air branding, excellent shoe, well executed, and dope pickup, and it is my number 3. I had to look down because I can't remember. My number 3 pickup for 2016. So we're down to the last 2, and before I get to the last 2, just want to take an opportunity again to say, please subscribe to the channel. If you're not busy on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern, please check out myself and Dabs from the Sneaker Family on our new live show called Soul Food. We had a real good time this past Wednesday, which was episode 1, and you can still find it on the Sneaker Family YouTube page. Enough of that. Soul Food, Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to be looking for you next Wednesday. Yes, I'm looking for you. You right there. All right, the number 2 shoe. Some of you might be surprised at my selection, but I always say hashtag rock what you like. So this is my number 2 pickup for 2016, and it is another classic, the 11 Space Jam. Not a whole lot you can say about this. Was a lot of discussion about the high cut of the leather and the peaks and the 45 instead of the 23 and blah 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 blah, but guess what? This is just a dope 11. And if you really love J's and if you really love 11s, you gotta have this. You cannot not have this shoe. But it was not number 1 for me. Still a dope shoe. I don't plan to wear it at least for a year. If I'm able to double up on it, so I can be like gone AWOL 2 times. I may rock it sooner than that, but at least a year. Maybe in the birthday rotation for the 11 days of J's or whatever we do for my birthday in 2017, I'll rock it. But just really a dope shoe. Glad to be able to add it to my collection. Had a whole video about Space Jam Saturday and how these pickups went, so check it out if you haven't already on the page. So let's get to it. Let's get to the number 1. Ooh, my chair. Have you figured it out? What do you think the number 1 is? Okay, say that again. That's a good choice. What? Okay, all right. You just want to know, because you don't want to guess. You want to know. So, my numero 1, number 1 pickup for 2016 is, drum roll, lights, music. Well, we got lights, music. Get to it, OG. It is, woohoo, the Doernbecher 7. This shoe is fire. When I did the pickup video for this, the original unboxing, I was just speechless. And like really, every time that I look at it, just like how that little, I don't even know what to call it, the movement, whatever this material is, it's just insane. The details with the guitar pick and how the diamond in the back and the strap kind of make a guitar. No, not on me, but the shoe. Hide behind the shoe. There you go. I think that's in focus now. Just the details on this shoe. Of course, the sole. That's one of the greatest things about this shoe. It's my number 1 because it's my first Doernbecher for retail. Actually, the first one in my collection, retail or otherwise. There's other ones that I'm interested in, like those Superman 4s. Oh, I need that in my life. Do they ever restock? Not restock. Retro Doernbechers? You know what I mean, like bring them out again? Probably not. Man, I need those Superman 4s. This is it. So glad to get this. I just think it's a really, really great shoe, great execution, awesome detail. And it's funny because I'm not like really a big 7 person, but man, woohoo, fuego. So this is my #1 cop for 2016. So very glad to have this Doernbecher 7 in my collection. So just to recoup for you, and I'm going to look away because I got to remember the top 10. The Kwai 54 twos. Actually, I got the list right here. All I have to do, I don't have to look at the floor. I can just pick up the piece of paper and hold it out here, and you can't see it, and it looks, well, now you can see it. But the top 10 was the not the Doernbechers, was the Kwai 54 twos. Number 9, the French Blues. Number 8, the True Blue 3s. Number 7 was the Black Toe 1s. Number 6 was the Flugane 12s. Number 5 were the Paris 10s. Number 4 was the Chicago 23s. Number 3 was the White Cement 4s. Number 2, Space Jams. And of course, numero uno is the Doernbecher 7s. So that's all we got. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for you hanging out and going through my pickups. May not have been your choices, but they were mine. But in the comments, let me know, what was your top 10 pickups? Or maybe, how about this? Let's just do the top 5, because top 10 can get really long. So let's do your top 5 pickups for 2016. What'd you think about mine? You agree with it? You disagree with it? It's all good. We'll be looking for you on Wednesday. Remember, soul food right there. Soul food. Like, comment on the video, subscribe. Subscribe. If I don't talk to you again, I want to wish each and every one of you a happy and safe New Year. We're going to see you on the other side. As always, it's your boy OG Sneakers, wishing all of you one love. Holla.